Hello, my name is Brian Montgomery, and today I'll be talking about the sustainable consumption and the attitude gap. So first off, what is it? Sustainable consumption and attitude gap is the difference between the attitude of sustainable living and consumption and the actual behavior of it. So on one hand, you have someone saying, I'm going to go green, and then you have them actually going green and going out buying the products and making the effort to do so. And in the middle is that gap, which I'll be talking about. I'll be touching base on three main points. The first being the definition of sustainability. Second, I will analyze the gap and the reasoning of the attitudes and the buying behavior. And third, I have some problems that I saw, and I'll offer some possible solutions. So again, first off, we're going to talk about sustainable consumption lifestyle. What is it? It's used to meet basic needs, create better quality of life, and minimize the use of resources and the emissions that are put off from manufacturing these non-green goods, we'll call them. So why live a sustainable life? Some people believe it's good for their health. They want to better themselves, and going green is a great way to do that. Taste, some prefer a more greener lifestyle rather than others. So some may prefer an avocado rather than a greasy hamburger. Animal welfare, some people do not want to buy into any kind of products that would mean that the harm of an animal or the killing of an animal was involved in it. And environmental protection kind of coincides with animal welfare. They don't want to buy into that factory farming. They want to have local grown produce or any kind of product that has no negative effect on the earth. Again, this is all about change. It's changing one's lifestyle to a more better green lifestyle. So the reasoning behind the gap is to seek out important patterns. So do people buy these products for their own need, or are these people buying it because everyone else does it? And the goal is to derive the appropriate recommendations for solutions, which again, towards the end of the presentation, I have set up. So what drives the consumer's attitude? I have three factors: individual determinants, so socioeconomics and personal values, so what I believe. Social factors is social norms in the culture, so what people around me believe and that I want to kind of follow. And third, situational parameters, so purchase situation, incentives, so some people have a certain budget they have to fit, and maybe a green lifestyle does not fit that for them. So here I found a graph depicting in the light green respondents that describe themselves as going green, and in the dark green, the mean percentage of the green consumers in that country. And this is from a 17,000 respondent survey in 17 different countries, which is 1,000 per country. So on the right, you can see South Korea's pretty minimal gap, with 32% considering themselves green and 30% actually buying and going about that green lifestyle. However, on the farther left side over here, you can see Mexico is at a 73% considering themselves going green, while only 32% actually contributing to it. With these 17 countries, the average comes out to about 34% of their population considering themselves green, but more than 50% actually going green. I found a survey by Mikkel Carrington and Martin Young back in 2010, saying that 30% to 50% of consumers intend to buy sustainable products, while the market share shows that only less than 5% are actually of that. So why is this gap so large? Some may say that it's because of higher prices. A greener lifestyle may be too expensive for someone. A lack of availability. Maybe someone's in a region where it's harder for greener products, more locally grown products to be abundant. And lastly, a well-established routine. Someone who's stuck in their ways, that doesn't want to get out of what they know and what they have done for many years. So like I said earlier, I've had three problems come to me, and I have some possible solutions. So like in the slide before, higher prices being the first one. I believe that at lower prices to make green goods more accessible for all and provide more variety of green goods. So instead of only having one product at a certain price, there'll be a variation of products at various prices to make sure there's an adequate amount of products for everyone who have different incomes. So lack of availability, again, I said this earlier, I want to target the regions where organic goods lack state and market share and incorporate specified products due to behaviors. And lastly, the lack of desire to go green. Some people just don't see a reason to go green. So they think that they're, again, almost stuck in their own ways, and they don't believe that they should without knowing what's actually going on behind making and manufacturing the products that they are so used to buying. So I believe that we should design campaigns showing the harmful effects of the earth and body when consuming cheaper, quicker alternatives rather than just going green. And here are my references. Thank you very much.